The time that didn't happen still affects me, but nothing stands out, and yet something remains. There was no event, no clear marker, no moment worth pointing at. If someone asked what happened during that time, I wouldn't know how to answer. I might say not much and believe it, but my body remembers differently. Not as memory as adjustment. I move slightly easier now. My breathing meets the air with less resistance, as if that empty stretch did quiet work. Not all impact announces itself. Some arrives later. The time that didn't happen still affects me. Groove pop, steady quietly. No highlight found, no lesson crowned. The time that passed without a name and still rearrange me. I replay the sequence, searching for meaning. I don't find any. What I find instead is space between reactions, between expectations. That space was invisible then. It didn't feel productive, but now it feels structural, like a joint holding things together. The sound underneath mirrors that. It doesn't develop, it holds position, letting repetition do the shaping. Absence can be formative without being dramatic. Ooh, nothing happened, still I change. Groove pop, calm, rearranged. No insight spoken, no pattern broken. Nothing happened on the surface, that was enough. About how often I dismiss uneventful time as wasted. How quickly I reach for stimulation, for something to mark progress. This stretch resists that logic by refusing to justify itself. And somehow that refusal feels solid. I don't feel behind, I don't feel ahead. I feel placed in a way I didn't notice forming. The day continues without acknowledging the shift, and I appreciate that. Unmarked duration, quiet effect. Bass repeats with no variation. Keys sustain space between tones. No arc, no peak, just persistence. Time passes without insisting on memory, and I remain inside what didn't register. Differences, how quickly I recover from interruption, how little I rush to fill silence. These changes don't trace back to a moment, they trace back to a stretch, a span of time that didn't demand attention. Therefore had room to work. I don't try to document it, growth occurs in the background. It doesn't survive scrutiny, it survives neglect. Uneventful time is not empty time. It's where systems recalibrate without commentary. You don't notice it forming, you notice the result when effort feels lighter later. The time that didn't happen stays with me. Groove pop, steady invisibly. No story told, no meaning sold. The time that passed without a trace still holds its place. I move forward, carrying what I can't recall. Nothing to remember, nothing to explain, just a difference. I live inside now. There's a pause where agreement should arrive. It doesn't, but motion begins anyway. I usually wait for internal consent, for the moment when everything lines up and says yes. This time that signal never comes, no resistance either, just an absence of confirmation. My body doesn't negotiate, it steps forward, as if agreement were optional, as if action didn't need approval. I feel the disconnect clearly, thoughts trailing behind, movement already underway. Not every step requires permission, some just happen. I move even though I haven't agreed to it yet. Groove pop steady, carrying me ahead. No conviction claim, no stance explained. I move before my mind signs off and nothing goes wrong. The lack of agreement feels strange, not uncomfortable, just unfamiliar. I keep expecting tension, a sense of being split, but it doesn't escalate. The sound underneath stays level, unconcerned with internal debate. It supports the movement without taking sides. My breathing remains even because the body doesn't argue, it adapts. Alignment isn't always mental, sometimes it's physical. I move without consent inside, groove pop, calm along for the ride. No decision sealed, no position revealed. I move with uncertainty intact and stay on track. Oh, I think about how often I stalled, waiting to feel fully resolved. How many moments passed because I believe clarity was a prerequisite. This experience contradicts that belief by functioning without closure, without internal debate ending. I'm not conflicted, I'm just incomplete, and that turns out to be workable. The day doesn't punish me for not agreeing, it accommodates me. Split awareness, unified motion, bass repeats patiently, keys hover without emphases. No verdict, no collapse, just continuation. The groove doesn't wait for approval, it moves. I remain inside the rhythm without signing off. Eventually something softens, not into agreement, into acceptance. I don't need to approve every step to take it. The lack of resolution stops being an obstacle and becomes background. I feel capable, not convinced, and that difference matters. Some movement precedes belief. You don't always decide first. Sometimes you act and understanding trails behind. Agreement isn't the same as readiness. Readiness can exist without conviction. You don't need to be certain to be able. I move even without full agreement. Groove pop steady, lenient. No certainty earned, no doubt burned. I move with questions still open and stay upright. I continue without internal consensus. The question remains, the motion remains. I'm still moving before everything agrees, and that's enough. I stopped asking what this is supposed to be. The question forms automatically before I notice it. What is this leading to? What should this become? I hear it and let it fade without answering. There's a habit in me to frame every moment as preparation for something else. I feel it activate again, that urge to define a label to make the present accountable to the future. But this time I interrupt the habit, not aggressively, just by not responding. My body continues unbothered, as if it never needed the explanation in the first place. Meaning doesn't always improve experience, sometimes it narrows it. I stop asking what this is supposed to be. Groove pop, steady, setting me free. No outcome named, no role assigned. I stop asking what this should become and stay where I am. The moment stretches slightly when I remove expectation. It doesn't open dramatically, it loosens. I notice how much energy goes into monitoring progress, into checking alignment, into correcting course. Without that effort, movement feels simpler, not easier, cleaner. The sound underneath doesn't push, it doesn't resolve. It holds a neutral line that doesn't demand interpretation. My breathing follows without thought, without instruction. Not every moment needs a job to justify itself. I stop asking what this means for me. Groove pop, calm internally. No promise made, no direction framed. I stop asking what this is for and stay with what's here. Still appear, but they arrive differently now. Less persuasive, less insistent. They don't build arguments, they hover briefly then pass. The day feels wider, not because anything changed, because nothing is being narrowed. I stop asking what this is supposed to be. Groove pop, steady, setting me free. No outcome named, no role assigned. I stop asking what this should become and stay where I am. Still appear, but they arrive differently now. Less persuasive, less insistent. They don't build arguments, they hover briefly then pass. The day feels wider, not because any change, because nothing is being narrowed by explanation. I'm not floating, I'm grounded without needing to know why this ground matters. The absence of definition stops feeling like lack and starts feeling like space. Open duration, unassigned time, bass repeats evenly, keys leave generous gaps. No arc, no resolution, just continuation. The groove doesn't explain itself, it persists. I remain inside the sound without converting it into meaning. I think about how often I believed clarity was the same as safety. This moment disproves that by staying stable without explanation. I feel lighter, not because something was removed, because something stopped being carried. I don't rush to replace it, I let the space remain unfilled long enough to feel its usefulness. Some freedom comes from ending the interrogation. Not every experience needs to be cross-examined for value. You don't have to know what something is becoming to let it exist. Stopping the question doesn't stop the movement, it smooths it. I stop asking what this has to be. Groove pop, steady, letting me see. No answer stage, no future engaged. I stop asking what this will mean and stay in the scene. I continue without defining the moment. I don't feel sure, but I feel here. The certainty never arrives. No clear statement forms, but presence does, quietly, and it stays. I wait for confidence to settle in my chest, the way people describe it, firm, reassuring. It doesn't come. Instead, there's something softer, a sense of being placed, not anchored, not drifting. My feet touch ground evenly, not as proof as fact. This is where I am, regardless of how I feel about it. Certainty isn't the only thing that holds you. I don't feel sure, but I feel here. The groove pop steady, sincere. No promise made, no doubt erased. I don't feel ready or clear, but I feel here. Thoughts offer scenarios, future versions of myself. Some convincing, some unsettling. I don't follow them, I let them pass like background sound. They don't require response, they don't demand belief. The sound underneath stays grounded, not dramatic, not symbolic, just consistent enough to rest on. My breathing matches it without instruction, as if it knows what my mind doesn't. Presence doesn't argue, it occupies. I don't feel sure, still I remain. Groove pop, calm, unstrained. No certainty claimed, no fear named. I don't feel confident today, but I stay anyway. I think about how often I postponed action, waiting to feel certain. How many moments I delayed, believing readiness was a prerequisite. This moment contradicts that belief by holding me steady without conviction, without clarity. I'm not frozen, I'm not rushing, I'm simply here, and that turns out to be enough. The absence of certainty stops feeling like weakness and starts feeling neutral. Uncertain ground, stable presence. Bass repeats patiently, keys hover gently. No emphasis, no collapse, just staying. The groove doesn't need belief, it carries anyway. I remain inside the sound without knowing why. Eventually I notice how little certainty mattered to my ability to continue. The body doesn't require assurance, it requires balance, and balance is already happening. I stop waiting for a feeling to authorize my place. I take the place first and let the feeling catch up. I don't feel sure, but I feel aligned enough. Some stability comes from presence, not confidence. You don't need to believe to stand, you don't need certainty to remain. Feeling here is not a compromise, it's a condition. You exist before explanation, before approval. I don't feel sure, but I don't disappear. Groove pop steady, I stay here. No clarity earned, no doubt burned. I don't feel ready or resolved, but I'm involved. I continue because I'm here. The question remains, the ground remains. So do I still here, without certainty and without falling? The direction appears after I stop forcing it. I don't point myself anywhere, I just remain in motion, and something subtle begins to line up. For a while I was trying to feel the pull, to recognize a sign that would tell me where to go. It never arrived, at least not clearly. No arrow, no instruction. Instead there was a quiet ease and like resistance thinning out. I didn't feel guided, I felt less opposed. My body adjusted first, steps angled slightly, not as a decision, as a response. Direction doesn't always announce itself, sometimes it settles. The direction appears after I stop forcing it. Groove pop, steady reinforcing it. No map unfolded, no choice declared. The direction appears naturally when I stop insisting. I think about how often I confuse effort with intention, as if wanting something badly should sharpen its outline. This moment disproves that idea by softening instead, by letting the edges blur until one path feels easier. The sound underneath stays consistent, not steering, not correcting, just supporting the shift. I don't speed up, I don't slow down. The alignment happens at the same pace. You don't have to aim to move correctly. Direction forms without pressure. Groove pop, calm measure. No urgency applied, no doubt denied. The direction forms because space was finally provided. Ooh. I notice my posture change, less forward lean, more balance. I'm not anticipating arrival, I'm inhabiting movement, and a difference changes how the path feels. The uncertainty doesn't vanish, it relocates from obstacle to background texture. I feel steadier, not because I know where I'm going, because I'm no longer fighting where I already am. Gradual alignment, even ground. Bass repeats patiently, keys leave room between phrases. No correction, no assertion, just drift becoming land. The groove holds the transition without marking it. I don't notice the turn until I'm already in it. Later I might describe this as a decision, but that wouldn't be accurate. It wasn't chosen, it was allowed. I trust that difference more than certainty, because it didn't demand belief, it required presence. I don't retrace steps to confirm the direction feels real, because it doesn't argue. Some movement organizes itself when interference stops. Not everything needs to be shaped, some things want room. Direction doesn't come from pressure, it comes from release. You don't force alignment, you notice it, and noticing is quieter than deciding. The direction appears when I let go. Groove pop, steady, letting flow. No sign requested, no outcome tested. The direction appears and holds because nothing pushed it into place. I move without forcing the line. Eventually I realize I've been going this way for a while, without trying, and that feels right. Without trying, and that feels right. I continue without fully understanding it. Why the reason doesn't arrive, no explanation forms, yet movement begins and doesn't feel misplaced. I usually wait for logic for a sentence I can repeat when someone asks why I chose this direction. Today the sentence doesn't appear, not hidden, just absent. I notice the discomfort of not being able able to justify myself. It sits briefly, then loosen. My body keeps its rhythm, uninterested in explanation. Steps land evenly as if reason were optional. Understanding isn't always required for alignment. I continue without fully understanding why groove pop steady passing by. No narrative form, no cause confirmed. I continue without a story and feel no urgency. Ooh. Thoughts attempt reconstruction, fragments of logic, half-finished theories. I let them assemble, then fall apart again. None of them stay. The sound underneath doesn't insist, it doesn't underline purpose. It allows movement without interpretation. I feel my shoulder relax because I'm not preparing to defend this choice to myself or anyone else. Reason can follow later or not at all. I move without explaining the cause. Groove pop, calm without pause. No clarity chase, no doubt erased. I move because movement fits without insisting on proof. I think about how often I delayed action, waiting to understand myself better, as if clarity were a prerequisite instead of a byproduct. This moment contradicts that idea by functioning without self-knowledge, without conclusion. I don't feel lost, I feel unburdened by the need to be certain about my own motivations. The path ahead doesn't narrow because I don't label it. Unexplained motion, stable ground base repeats patiently. Keys stretch between phrases. No emphasis, no destination, just continuation. The groove carries action ahead of thought. I remain inside the movement without definition. Eventually a sense of rightness appears, not as logic as ease. I don't question it, I don't analyze its origin. I let it exist as sensation. The absence of explanation stops feeling like a flaw and starts feeling like freedom. I realize I don't owe myself a reason for every step I take. Some choices make sense only after they're lived. They don't respond to interrogation, they respond to time. Understanding doesn't always lead, sometimes it follows quietly without credit. You don't need to know why to know this works. I continue without knowing the reason. Groove pop steady in this season. No answer stage, no meaning caged. I continue and that is enough to stay upright. I move without explanation. The question fades, the movement remains. I'm still here, still going without needing to resolve what started it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nothing changes and that changes me. I expected a shift, a reaction, some sign that time was doing its job. But the moment stays exactly as it was. I move through the same sequence, the same gestures, the same distance. Nothing interrupts the pattern. Yeah. At first it feels disappointing, like effort without return, like staying in place while the world moves on. But my body doesn't share that concern. It keeps its rhythm, unbothered by the lack of novelty, as if repetition itself is doing something important. I notice how often I rely on change to feel progress. justified. Stability rarely announces its effect. It works quietly. Nothing changes and that changes me. Groove pop steady, invisibly. No breakthrough scene, no turning point. Nothing shifts on the surface, but something loosens underneath. I repeat the same movement again and again, waiting for boredom. It doesn't arrive. Instead, there's a deepening like water settling after it's been disturbed for too long. The sound underneath doesn't evolve, it doesn't decorate itself. It commits to consistency, and that commitment feels generous. My breathing aligns with it, not forced, not practiced, just responsive. Not all growth looks like expansion, some looks like grounding. Nothing changes, still I remain. Groove pop calm, unchanged refrain. No urgency fed, no demand met. Nothing happens outwardly, and that's what steadies me. I think about how often I confuse stimulation with movement. How many times I chase difference just to avoid staying long enough to feel depth. This moment refuses spectacle, and because of that, it reveals texture. I feel less pulled forward, less pulled back, more place than usual. The absence of change stops being absence and becomes presence. Unbroken pattern, even breath. Bass repeats with patience. Keys hold space without variation. No build, no release, just duration holding. The groove becomes environment, not event. I don't wait for something new, I stay. Eventually I realize I'm no longer checking whether something should be happening. The expectation dissolved without announcement, without effort. I feel lighter, not because anything lifted, but because I stopped bracing for transformation. Nothing changed and I adapted quietly. Some shifts occur only when you stop tracking them. They don't survive attention, they require neutrality. Change doesn't always enter as different, sometimes it enters as acceptance. You don't always feel it arrive, you notice it later by how little resistance remains. Nothing changes and I don't resist it. Groove pop steady, consistent. No drama stage, no lesson frame. Nothing changes and I do in ways that don't need proof. I continue without waiting for a sign. The pattern holds, the moment stays. I move forward, carrying less need for things to be different. Meaning arrives after I stop looking for it. Nothing clicks at first, no connection forms. The moment passes, life weak before I notice it's there. I used to believe meaning should appear immediately, like a sign or a conclusion. But this experience doesn't announce itself, it doesn't explain why it exists. It simply occupies time without just justification. My body moves through it more confidently than my thoughts, as if it recognizes something my mind hasn't meaned. I feel the urge to analyze what's happening, to track if it matters. On it, that urge pass. Understanding doesn't always lead, sometimes it follows. Meaning arrives after I stop looking for it. Groove pop steady, overlooking it. No signal sent, no insight spin. Beating comes quietly behind, but then I leave it alone in my mind. I continue without clarity, and nothing deteriorates. The structure holds even without explanation. I know the stall alignments that feel intentional only after they pass, like recognition delayed. The sound underneath stays patient. It doesn't underline moments, it lets them go by unmarked. My breathing stays calm because I'm not waiting for realization to justify the time. I don't need to know yet, I don't need to decide. Meaning arrives later than expected. Groove black calm, unaffected. No revelation stage, no lesson cage. Meaning settles in behind me as I keep moving. I think about how often I dismissed experiences that didn't explain themselves immediately. How many moments I rushed past because they didn't offer value on demand. This one resists that pattern by staying settled and refusing to be useful right away. I'll feel my posture soften, not because I understand, because I'm no longer searching. Delay, resonance, quiet alignment, bass repeats evenly, key stretch time between notes. No emphasis, no climax, just continuation. The groove carries memory before awareness. I don't collect meaning, I allow it only later. Through fragments connect, not into a story, into a sense. Something clicks softly, without claiming importance, without demanding attention. I realize meaning doesn't always arrive as thought. Sometimes it arrives as comfort. I don't try to preserve it, I let it settle where it belongs. Some understanding grows in the background. It doesn't interrupt, it doesn't announce, it accumulates. Looking too hard chases it away. Meaning profound. directions appear, neither urgent, neither wrong. I remain where I am, long enough for the space between them to matter. I feel the familiar pressure to decide quickly, as if delay were weakness or indecision a flaw. But nothing pushes, nothing demands resolution. The moment doesn't narrow, it waits. My body stays centered, not leaning toward either option, like it understands that balance is also movement. I notice my hands relax instead of reaching. They don't grab the future, they stay open. Not choosing isn't absence, it's presence without commitment. I don't choose and let there be a choice. Groove pop steady, quiet voice. No urgency assigned, no path declined. I don't decide and still I stand, fully here without a plan. Thoughts line up to argue for one direction, then the other. Each makes sense, each feels reasonable, neither convinces me. I stop evaluating and something shifts. The tension dissolves when judgment steps aside. The sound underneath remains neutral. It doesn't favor movement, it doesn't reward clarity. It holds the indecision without dramatizing it. My breathing stays level because I'm not bracing for consequence. Some moments don't want answers, they want allowance. I don't choose, I don't resolve. Group popcorn, unabsolved. No inner name, no option framed. I let the openness remain without explaining. I think about how often I choose just to end discomfort. How many paths I took, not because they fit, but because they close a question. This moment refuses closure, and I respect that by staying inside it a little longer. The day doesn't fracture, it accommodates multiple possibilities coexisting. I feel less pressure, not more, as if uncertainty were lighter than decision. Suspended balance, open center. Bass repeats, evenly keys hover, neither advancing nor retreating. No tilt, no collapse, just steadiness. Possibility remains wide, movement stays internal. I don't rush the fork, I stay. Eventually one option will disappear on its own, not chosen, just passed. I trust that process more than my impulse to interfere. I don't need to force alignment, I can wait for it to emerge naturally or not at all. The moment doesn't punish me for not deciding, it holds me as I am. Some agency is quiet, it doesn't assert, it allows. Choosing not to choose is not avoidance, it's discernment without deadline. You don't lose direction by waiting, you gain sensitivity to what actually pulls. Not every crossroad requires a turn, some require attention. I don't choose and let that be enough. Groove pop steady, gentle stuff. No rush applied, no fear denied. I don't decide and still I move inside the space that proves I remain without resolution. One path fades, the other ways. I'm still here before either began. The pause arrives, without warning, without instruction. It settles between actions and doesn't explain itself. I finish one small movement and don't begin the next right away. There's no obstacle, no confusion, just a gap slightly wider than usual. My body stays ready but not tense, like it understands that waiting isn't failure. I notice the urge to justify the pause, to frame it as preparation or transition. I let it exist without a label. Not every space needs a purpose. I pause longer than feels necessary. Groove pop steady, unhurriedly. No countdown running, no signal missed. I pause past the point of comfort, and nothing breaks. At first the stillness feels exposed, like someone might notice that I'm not progressing. Then that concern fades because no one reacts. The world continues uninterrupted. The sound underneath doesn't rush me, it doesn't reassure me either. It simply stays as if it trusts the timing. My breathing slows, not deliberately, it just adjusts to the absence of urgency. The pause doesn't ask permission, it takes it. I pause longer than I plan to. Groove pop, calm, holding me through. No loss incurred, no moment stolen. I pause and remain intact. Inside the gap. Begin to surface, not in order, not demanding. Some drift in, some drift out. None of them insist on being resolved. I realize how often I interrupt this phase out of discomfort, not necessity. This time I stay long enough to notice the discomfort dissolving on its own. The pause starts to feel spacious, not empty, like a room with no furniture yet. Time, open breath, bass repeats patiently, keys hang between notes. No forward pull, no backward drag, just suspension. I remain inside the pause without urgency. The beat accepts the stillness and keeps it company. Eventually movement becomes possible again, not forced, not delayed. I feel the option rather than the pressure. The pause has done its work without announcing completion. I don't rush to leave it, I let it release me at its own pace. I carry something lighter forward, not inside, not motivation, just capacity. Some pauses are not breaks, they are recalibrations. They don't stop momentum, they redistribute it. Staying longer than necessary is sometimes the only way to discover what necessary actually means. You don't lose time by pausing, you change your relationship to it. I pause longer than feels acceptable. Groove pop steady, uncorrectable. No explanation, added, no reason framed. I pause until the pause itself lets go. I move again without rushing the return. Ooh, I move again without rushing the return. The gap closes naturally. The motion resumes, nothing dramatic happened, but something adjusted. And that's enough. It starts quietly, not enough to interrupt anything, just enough to exist alongside what I'm already doing. A thought passes through, not sharp, not demanding. It doesn't announce its purpose. I notice it the way you notice weather. Present, but not urgent. Something that doesn't require a response. My body keeps its rhythm, unaware of the mental detour. Steps land where they should, without waiting for instruction. I don't reach for the thought, I don't try to understand it. I let it move at its own speed, which turns out to be slower than mine. Not every idea is an invitation, some are just visitors. I let the thought drift without following it. Groove pop steady, not pulling me in. No chase begins, no conclusion forms. I let it pass through my mind without changing course. Usually I grab on to moments like this, afraid they'll disappear before they mean something. But today I notice how light it feels, till the meaning arrive on its own or not arrive at all. The sound underneath stays open, it doesn't frame the thought, it doesn't underline it. It allows it to exist without center stage. I feel space open in my chest, not emotional, just available, like something unclenched. Attention doesn't have to fix what it notices. Yeah. I let the thought drift, I don't pursue. Groove pop calm, carrying me through. No pressure applied, no depth required. I let the moment stay wide instead of define. Another thought follows, then another. None of them connecting to a story, they remain fragments, texts, background movement. I stop expecting coherence, and coherence stops being necessary. The day doesn't feel scattered, it feels layered, like multiple things can exist without hierarchy. My breathing stays even, because nothing is accelerating, nothing is collapsing. Loose attention, steady ground. Bass repeats, gently keys leave open intervals. No focus point, no center pull, just spread out. Fast movement stays. I don't gather, I don't release, I allow. I think about often, I mistake clarity for safety, as if uncertainty were a threat instead of a condition. This moment proves otherwise by continuing without definition, without collapse. I don't feel lost, I feel unburdened by the need to label what's happening. Some understanding emerges when you stop insisting on it, when you allow thoughts to remain incomplete, unresolved, unclaimed. Not every mental motion is meant to be followed, some are meant to pass, so the ground underneath stays visible. I let the thought drift and don't retrieve it. Groove pop steady, I coexist with it. No urgency added, no meaning demanded. I let the space remain wide enough to stand in. I continue without narrowing the moment. Uninterrupted, dissolves on its own. The movement remains, I keep going, uninterrupted. The thread slips, not abruptly, just enough that I notice, and then it's gone. I was following something, I thought I planned a sense of continuity, and resistance, like it was finished before I realized it. I wait for the instinct to pull it back, to reassemble the sequence, but that instinct doesn't arrive. My body keeps moving, the day keeps unfolding, nothing stalls, just my expectation. Focus doesn't always leave, sometimes it completes itself. I lose my focus and don't chase it back. Groove pop steady off the track. No alarm rage, no damage assessed. I lose the thread and keep my place inside the pace. Inside the pace. There's a brief discomfort in not knowing what comes next. Not fear, just unfamiliarity. I usually rush to replace that gap with intention, with structure, with urgency. Today I let the gap exist untouched and it widens, not dangerously, just honestly. The sound underneath doesn't tighten, it doesn't cue a return, it accepts the drift and makes room for it. Attention isn't fragile, it's flexible. I lose my focus, still I remain. Groove pop calm, unstrained, no need to rebuild what already dissolved. I lose the thought, not the ground, I stay I notice other things instead, physical details, weight distribution, the rhythm of breathing. These weren't secondary, they were just waiting for the mental layer to step aside. The day feels less linear now, more spatial, less like a sequence, more like an area I'm inside. I don't label the state, I don't compare it, I let it be incomplete without penalty. Attention thins, present stays, bass repeats evenly, keys hover without direction. No pull forward, no drag backward, just suspension. The beat doesn't mind the drift, it holds it. I remain without focus, without collapse. As proof of worth, of seriousness, of care. This moment challenges that belief by functioning without it. I'm not careless, I'm just not concentrated, and the difference matters. Nothing here requires precision, only participation. Some states don't benefit from being sharpened. They work better when left diffused, when allowed to spread instead of aim. Losing focus isn't losing control, it's changing the mode. Can exist without tracking every second. I lose my focus and don't retrieve it. Groove pop steady, I live with it. No urgency attached, no meaning scratched. I lose the thread and find instead a wider space to stand. I continue without chasing clarity. Eventually focus may return or not. Either way I'm still here, still moving without deficit. I keep going until things settle on their own. I don't wait for the moment to feel complete. I move before that, and let completion find me. There's a familiar instinct to stop and assist, to check if everything is aligned before continuing. Today I ignore that instinct, not out of rebellion, out of curiosity. What happens if I keep moving without confirming, without adjusting, without correcting? My body answers first. Steps find a rhythm that doesn't depend on reassurance. Some balance forms only in motion. I keep going until things settle on their own. Groove pop steady, overgrown. No pause applied, no moment denied. I keep going without forcing calm, and calm arrives anyway. There's friction, a sense of carrying too much, unsorted thoughts, unfinished feelings. But repetition has an effect. Edges soften, weights redistribute. Without my involvement, the sound underneath stays patient. It doesn't accelerate relief, it doesn't dramatize tension. It lets time do its quiet work. My breathing finds a deeper cycle. Not because I aim for it, because I didn't interfere. Stillness doesn't have to come first, sometimes it follows. I keep moving while things rearrange. Groove pop, calm, mid-change. No order forced, no chaos endorsed. I keep going through the mess until it rests. Think about how often I tried to fix myself mid-motion, as if progress required interruption. This moment suggests otherwise. By smoothing itself through continuation, the discomfort doesn't disappear, it thins, becomes background texture instead of obstacle. I don't feel resolved, I feel functional, and that feels reliable. The day doesn't ask me to finish anything before proceeding. Gradual easing, repeated motion, bass cycle steadily, keys open space between phrases. No reset, no restart, just continuation. The groove carries accumulation without announcement. I stay in motion until the weight shifts. Eventually I notice the change, not as relief as absence. Something that was present is no longer present, and I didn't witness it leave. I didn't solve anything, I didn't conclude, I just stayed. That staying did the work quietly, without instruction. I trust that process more than interruption, because it didn't demand attention to be effective. Some systems recalibrate only when left running. Stopping to adjust sometimes resets the imbalance. Things to find their place through repetition, not control. You don't always need insight, you need duration. Letting things settle is an act of patience, not passivity. I keep going until calm appears. Groove pop steady through the years. No silent stage, no tension cage. I keep going while things align on their own time. I continue and the settling adjusted, and